Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. Let that sink in, because somewhere along the way, people started believing that courageous people are fearless. They think successful people don't get nervous. They think winners don't doubt themselves. They think the people who achieve great things somehow woke up one morning with unlimited confidence and zero fear. That's a lie. The athlete feels fear before stepping onto the field. The entrepreneur feels fear before risking everything. The student feels fear before the exam. The dreamer feels fear before taking the first step. Fear is not a sign that you're weak. Fear is a sign that you're standing at the edge of growth. And today, I want you to understand something that could change the direction of your entire life. The goal is not to eliminate fear. The goal is to stop letting fear make your decisions. Think about all the things you've wanted to do, the opportunities you never took, the conversations you never had, the goals you never chased, the business you never started, the dreams you buried. How many of them disappeared because you weren't capable? Probably very few. Most of them disappeared because fear convinced you to stay where you were. Fear whispered that you weren't ready. Fear told you to wait. Fear told you to play it safe. Fear told you to avoid embarrassment. Fear told you that failure would destroy you. And without realizing it, you listened. Day after day, year after year, you kept waiting for confidence to arrive before taking action. But confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first. The truth is harsh, but you need to hear it. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you courage. Nobody is going to wake up one morning and magically remove your doubts. You have to move while you're scared. You have to act while your hands shake. You have to take the first step before you feel ready. Because ready is a myth. Most people never become who they could be because they spend their entire lives waiting for perfect conditions. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they know everything. They wait until the timing is perfect. They wait until failure is impossible. And while they're waiting, life keeps moving. Years pass. Opportunities disappear. Dreams fade. Potential dies quietly. Not because they lack talent. Not because they lacked intelligence. But because they lacked the courage to move before they felt ready. Listen carefully. Fear will always be there. When you're starting, fear is there. When you're improving, fear is there. When you're succeeding, fear is there. Every new level brings new uncertainty. The difference between ordinary people and extraordinary people is not that one group feels fear and the other doesn't. The difference is that one group obeys fear. The other group acts anyway. That's courage, not perfection, not confidence, not certainty. Action despite uncertainty. Action despite doubt. Action despite fear. And if you want a different life, you're going to have to become the kind of person who moves forward even when every excuse in your mind is telling you to stay still. Because the life you want is not on the comfortable side of fear. It's on the other side. Everything you've ever wanted is hidden behind difficult decisions, uncomfortable actions, and moments that test your character. The question is not whether you're afraid. The question is whether you're willing to move anyway. Let me tell you something that most people never realize. Fear is expensive, not the fear itself, the cost of obeying it. Every time fear talks you out of taking action, it takes something from you. It steals opportunities. It steals growth. It steals confidence. It steals years of your life. And the worst part is that most people don't notice it happening because fear rarely looks dangerous. It disguises itself as logic. It disguises itself as caution. It disguises itself as waiting for the right moment. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Then tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And suddenly you're looking back wondering where all the time went. The hard truth is this. The person you want to become is built through actions that you currently don't want to take. Read that again. The stronger version of you is hiding behind difficult mornings. The disciplined version of you is hiding behind uncomfortable choices. The successful version of you is hiding behind sacrifices. And fear wants to keep you from meeting that person. Because fear loves comfort. Fear loves routines. Fear loves predictability. Fear wants you to stay exactly where you are because staying still feels safe. But safe and fulfilled are not the same thing. You can spend your entire life being safe and still be miserable. You can avoid every risk and still regret the life you didn't live. One day, every person reaches a moment where they have to choose. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of courage or the pain of wondering what could have been. And make no mistake, both options hurt. Working hard hurts. Failure hurts. Rejection hurts. Sacrifice hurts. But regret lasts longer. A failed attempt can teach you. A missed opportunity can haunt you. Think about that. The people who inspire you today were not born with special courage. They developed it, one difficult decision at a time, one uncomfortable step at a time, one challenge at a time. Every courageous person you admire once stood exactly where you are. Unsure, scared, doubting themselves, questioning whether they had what it takes. The difference is that they stopped negotiating with fear. When fear said don't do it, they did it. When fear said you're not ready, they started anyway. When fear said you'll fail, they accepted the possibility and moved forward. That's what changed everything. Not talent, not luck, not perfect timing. Courage. And courage is a choice. Every single day, right now, there's probably something you've been avoiding. A goal, a conversation, a commitment, a responsibility, a challenge, something that would improve your life if you faced it. But you've been putting it off. You've been waiting. You've been hoping the fear would disappear. It won't. Fear doesn't disappear before action. Fear shrinks after action. The first step is terrifying. The second step is difficult. The third step is manageable. And eventually, the thing that once scared you becomes normal. That's how growth works. Not through comfort, not through wishing, not through motivation alone, through repeated action in the presence of fear. So stop asking whether you're ready. Stop asking whether you'll succeed. Stop asking whether you're guaranteed a positive outcome. Ask yourself a better question. If I don't do this, where will I be 1 year from now? Because that answer should scare you far more than failure ever could. Now let's talk about something most people avoid. Failure. Because for many people, fear is not really the problem. The real problem is what fear is protecting. Their ego, their pride, their image. They aren't afraid of trying. They're afraid of failing in front of other people. They're afraid of looking foolish. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid that if they give everything they have and still fall short, it will somehow prove they aren't good enough. But think about how absurd that is. You are allowing the opinions of people who aren't living your life to control the direction of your future. You're giving strangers, critics, and doubters more power over your decisions than your own dreams. That's a dangerous way to live, because no matter what you do, somebody will judge you. If you try, they'll criticize. If you quit, they'll criticize. If you succeed, they'll criticize. If you fail, they'll criticize. So if judgment is unavoidable, you might as well build the life you want. At least then, the criticism comes with progress. The reality is that failure is not the enemy. Failure is tuition. Every lesson costs something. Every skill requires mistakes. Every achievement demands struggle. Nobody becomes great without paying that price. Look at any successful person. Before the victories came losses. Before the confidence came uncertainty. Before the success came setbacks. Before the recognition came years of being ignored. People see the finished product. They rarely see the countless failures that created it. And that's why so many people quit too early. They compare their beginning to someone else's ending. They compare their first attempt to someone else's 1,000th attempt. And then they convince themselves they're not capable. But capability isn't revealed in one moment. It's built, brick by brick, day by day, rep by rep, decision by decision. The person who keeps showing up eventually becomes the person others admire. Not because they were gifted, because they refuse to stop. Understand this. Fear will try to convince you that one failure means you're finished. It doesn't. One failure means you learned something. One rejection means you found a method that didn't work. One setback means you're still in the game. The only true failure is quitting on yourself. And even that is a choice you never have to make. There will be mornings when motivation disappears. There will be days when progress feels invisible. There will be moments when you question everything. Good. That's part of the process. Stop expecting the journey to be easy. The difficulty is not evidence that you're on the wrong path. The difficulty is often proof that you're finally moving. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. Responsibility is uncomfortable. Transformation is uncomfortable. But remaining the same should be even more uncomfortable. Ask yourself this: how much longer are you willing to accept excuses from yourself? How much longer are you willing to settle for less than you're capable of? How much longer are you willing to watch opportunities pass by because fear keeps making your decisions? At some point, enough has to be enough. At some point, you have to stop talking about what you want and start becoming the person who deserves it. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when conditions improve. Now, because every day you hesitate is another day that your future is waiting for you to catch up. And your future doesn't care how afraid you are. It only responds to what you do. There's a version of you that already knows what needs to be done. Not the version that makes excuses. Not the version that waits for motivation. Not the version that blames circumstances. The stronger version. The honest version. The version that looks in the mirror and tells the truth. Deep down, already know. You know the habits that are holding you back. You know the distractions stealing your time. You know the excuses you've repeated so many times that they've started sounding like facts. You know where you've been settling. You know where you've been avoiding responsibility. And that awareness is powerful. Because once you know the truth, pretending becomes harder. The problem is that many people want success without transformation. They want results without sacrifice. They want confidence without discomfort. They want achievement without discipline. That's not how life works. Everything valuable demands something from you. Strength demands effort. Growth demands patience. Success demands consistency. And courage demands action. You don't earn courage by thinking about it. You earn courage by using it. Every time you take a step despite fear, you become stronger. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you build trust in yourself. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you create momentum. And momentum changes everything. Because once you start moving, something incredible happens. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. You start seeing yourself as the creator of outcomes. Instead of asking why life is unfair, you ask what you can do next. Instead of focusing on obstacles, you focus on solutions. Instead of waiting for opportunities, you start creating them. That's when real power begins. Not when your situation changes. When your mindset changes. The world belongs to people who keep moving. Not the smartest, not the most talented, not the luckiest, the most persistent. The people who keep showing up after disappointment. The people who keep trying after failure. The people who keep working when nobody is watching. The people who refuse to surrender their future to temporary emotions. Think about that. Most people allow a feeling to determine a decision. They don't feel motivated, so they don't work. They don't feel confident, so they don't try. They don't feel ready, so they don't begin. But feelings are temporary. Your future is not. If you let every emotion control your actions, your life will constantly move in circles. Real growth begins when your actions become stronger than your moods. When your commitment becomes stronger than your excuses. When your vision becomes stronger than your fear. That is when everything starts changing. Because life rewards consistency, not occasional effort, not random bursts of motivation. Consistency, the ability to keep going when the excitement disappears. The ability to continue when progress is slow. The ability to remain focused when distractions are everywhere. Anyone can work hard for a day. Anyone can stay motivated for a week. But can you keep going when nobody is cheering for you? Can you keep going when results aren't visible yet? Can you keep going when fear is still sitting beside you? That's the test. That's where character is built. And that's where courage becomes real. Not in moments of comfort, but in moments when quitting would be easier and you choose to continue anyway. One day, your life will become a story. Not a story you tell other people. A story you tell yourself. You'll sit quietly and look back on the years you've lived. The chances you took. The risks you avoided. The dreams you chased. The dreams you abandoned. And in that moment, there will be no hiding from the truth. No excuses. No blame. No explanations. Just reality. The question is simple. Will you be proud of the way you responded to fear? Or will you wish you had been braver? Because time is moving whether you're ready or not. The clock is not slowing down. Days become weeks. Weeks become months. Months become years. And before you realize it, the future you've been waiting for becomes the past you can never change. That's why courage matters. Not because courage guarantees success. Because courage prevents regret. A courageous person can fail and still sleep peacefully. They know they tried. They know they gave everything. They know they showed up. But the person who never tries carries a different burden. The burden of uncertainty. The burden of wondering. The burden of what if. What if I had started? What if I had believed in myself? What if I had taken the opportunity? What if I had ignored my fear? Those questions can follow someone for decades. Don't let that become your story. You have more potential than you've shown. You have more strength than you've used. You have more discipline than you've demanded from yourself. The problem isn't that you're incapable. The problem is that you've been negotiating with your excuses. Every time life gets difficult, excuses offer comfort. Every time a challenge appears, excuses offer an escape route. Every time fear arrives, excuses provide a place to hide. And every time you accept those excuses, you become a little further from the person you could be. Enough. Enough waiting. Enough doubting. Enough convincing yourself that someday you'll become serious. Someday is not a day on the calendar. The people who change their lives don't wait for a special moment. They create one. They decide. They commit. They act. And then they continue acting long after the excitement fades. That is the difference. Not motivation. Not luck. Not talent. Commitment. The willingness to keep going regardless of how you feel. The willingness to continue despite uncertainty. The willingness to move despite fear. Look at your life honestly, not emotionally, not defensively. Honestly, what would happen if you gave your absolute best effort for the next year? What could change? What could improve? Who could you become? Most people never find out because they quit before discovering their true potential. Don't be one of them. You weren't given this life to spend it hiding. You weren't given dreams so you could make excuses for abandoning them. You weren't given potential so you could leave it unused. You were given all of those things so you could build something meaningful, something real, something worth remembering. And every step toward that life begins with the same decision. Move forward, even if you're afraid, especially if you're afraid, because courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that your future matters more than your fear. And that decision can change everything. As this message comes to an end, I want to leave you with one final thought. Fear is not your enemy. Your enemy is the version of yourself that keeps surrendering to it. Every great achievement you've ever admired began with someone facing uncertainty. Every success story started with someone who didn't have all the answers. Every victory started with a person who felt fear but refused to let it decide their future. That can be you. Not someday. Today. Right now. The moment this video ends. You don't need another speech. You don't need another motivational quote. You don't need another perfect plan. You need action. The hard work you've been avoiding. The responsibility you've been postponing. The challenge you've been running from. That's where your growth is waiting. That's where your confidence is waiting. That's where your future is waiting. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for easy answers. Stop hoping life will suddenly become easier. Life rewards those who become stronger, not those who wait for things to become easier. There will be difficult days ahead. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when you doubt yourself. Accept that now. Then move forward anyway, because every step you take despite fear builds a stronger mind. Every challenge you face despite fear builds stronger character. Every day you refuse to quit builds a stronger future. Years from now, the person you become will either thank you or question you. They will thank you for being brave enough to start, or they will question why you kept waiting. Make sure you give your future self a reason to be proud. Make sure you become the person who acted when others hesitated, the person who worked when others complained, the person who persisted when others quit, the person who chose courage over comfort. And if this message connected with you, if it challenged you, if it reminded you of the person you're capable of becoming, consider subscribing to the channel so we can continue this journey together. If something in this video spoke directly to your situation, feel free to leave a comment and share your experience. Your story might be the exact encouragement someone else needs today. And if you know someone who is struggling with fear, someone who needs a reminder to keep moving forward, share this video with them. Not because they need motivation for a day, but because they might need a reason to believe in themselves again. Now go do the work. Go face what you've been avoiding. Go take the step you've been postponing. Go earn the future you've been dreaming about. Be afraid if you must, but move anyway, because courage isn't the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it. And your next step could be the one that changes everything.